Oh, good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome again to Coffee with Colby. So, yesterday, Mark left an idea for a topic, and personally, I could resonate with it so well. And I thought, oh my goodness, fantastic, Mark. Yes, we are going to talk about it. And that topic is about that longing, that deep voice inside that you feel or you know something needs to be different, even if you're not quite sure what it is, but that all knowing, that all feeling like something's got to change, or I'm meant to do something else. All of those feelings that we get, and then we tend to stuff them away because maybe we have a job and we need to pay bills, or maybe we have invested so much time and school and training into our profession that there's no way we can kind of wrap our head around the idea of letting that go, right? So that's what we're going to talk about, is what is that longing? What is that feeling that we get? And to me, that feeling is probably a little two-part, okay? I think that feeling is definitely your own intuition and maybe your own guides, and it's that of spirit saying, hey, we're telling you need to listen. So, and that's the thing, spirit, I think they're pretty fair, that they'll give you an opportunity or two to make that change because you get that feeling, you know it. Now, if you ignore it, which a lot of us do, we do ignore that. I mean, how many of you have ignored that feeling? What happens is sometimes the universe will say, you know what, we told you, we gave you a chance, and then it's like it will get ripped out from under you, like completely, like all of a sudden you lost your job, all of a sudden everything's upside down, and you're forced to kind of move in that direction. So it happens a little differently for everybody and what your experience is, but when you're getting that longing, when you're getting that feeling, try to listen to it. Try to know. I mean, there's that gut feeling that, hey, I'm not feeling fulfilled. And it isn't until we have that courage to listen to ourselves, to listen to our heart and our soul, that we can begin to fill that cup. No pun intended. But it is about filling your cup. It is about, listening to yourself. Now, what if you feel confused? What if you're feeling something, but you're not really sure what it is? Like, you want to do something else, but maybe you're not clear on what that something else is. That's when you really have to kind of sit with yourself. Hi, Kim. That's when you have to sit with yourself. That's when you have to kind of go inwards and ask yourself, well, what would make me happy? What would make me feel good? A lot of us get so wrapped up in work or needing to work, needing to make money, all of those things, that we sometimes forget that we have a higher calling. And it is about listening to your higher calling, whatever that is. So I'm not here telling you to go quit your job, right? But it is about starting to listen to your stuff, starting to kind of say, what is going to fill my soul. So I'm sure so many of you have been on that feeling of, worry. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Or you're so afraid to make that choice. But then once you do, it's like the choice was there all along. It was easy. It wasn't so bad. Good morning, Victoria. It wasn't so bad to kind of do that and make that choice, right? But it's just that fear that we get. And, I remember when I was working as a tax manager towards the end, I obviously was feeling this calling to serve spirit. And again, I had a great job. I mean, I made a lot of money. I was very fortunate. I was well taken care of. It was nice having a paid vacation, and it was nice having health benefits paid for. And it was nice to, maybe have that overtime and have that financial stability, knowing every 2 weeks I was going to get a paycheck. Yes, that builds security, that builds a dependence on somebody else as well. And it was a beautiful office, and it overlooked Beverly Hills, and it was the middle of tax season, crazy hours. And I remember just getting up from the desk and looking out the window and just starting to cry because I felt like a fish in a fishbowl. And I was trying so hard to hold on to gratitude. I was like trying to remember all the things I was grateful for. But at the end of the day, what I needed to be more grateful for was that my soul was talking to me. My soul was saying, Colbs, you're in the wrong place. And you have to listen to it. And that's, what we all kind of need to do is listen to that soul, listen to that heartbeat, what's going to make you happy. And again, if you're not really sure about, hey, well, what do I do for my career? Or how do I do that? Just start with finding things you enjoy doing. Do you like being around kids? Do you like feeling like you're helping others? Do you like being of service in a more analytical way? It is all of those things that are indicators of how you can give back. See, I think that's the thing is even if you have a day job or a 9 to 5 or however you want to say it, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Everybody is starting to say, trying to implicate that it's a bad thing. And it isn't. If you're happy, if you like what you do, if you feel like you're contributing and giving back and you feel that your cup is full, then you're in the right place. But if you're not feeling fulfilled, if you're feeling like you have a higher calling, if you feel like there's something more you want to do, then listen to it. And have the courage. I'll tell you that the courage is the hardest part. It isn't about being fear. Even I used to say be fearless. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I think that was bad advice on my part. Because we can't take away that fear. But what we can do is not let that fear stop us. We can move past that fear. Our courage can be stronger than our fear. And when we can do that, then we say to fear, you're not going to win. You're not going to beat me. I'm going to rise up. I'm going to do this. Good morning, Fatima. Good morning, Leanna. Hi, everybody. And, how many of you are feeling like there's something more you want to do? So when you tune in, when you kind of sit in silence a bit, sit in your own power, then I do feel like your team will talk to you. Now you may say, what do you mean by my team? What does that mean? It's that little voice, that nice voice, not that little ego voice, right? It's that, thank you, Lisa. It is that voice inside that says, go do this. You can do it. And listen to that. Listen, I'm telling you. I probably work more hours now than I did as a tax accountant. But my goodness, I wake up inspired. I can't wait to talk to you guys. I can't wait to, have sessions, all of that. I can't wait because it's that passion. It's finally living that soul purpose. And we can all do that. Good morning, Claudia. Good morning, Gordon. And this is what we can do. This is, we can all find a little more joy in our day. Okay, so what if you just feel so stuck that you just don't feel like you're in a position to kind of quit that job or move in a different direction? Okay, you don't have to do everything today. All right, it is just about kind of making that plan for yourself, putting that intention out, and then do little things, little things that will help. Like, what if you feel like you want to be a writer? but somehow you've been told writers don't make any money. Okay, so now you're letting that fear stop you. Well, what you can do is at least create a blog. Because when you allow your words to get out, when you're sharing your words and you're sharing yourself and you're sharing your soul, you're actually going to feel a little more full. You're going to fill your cup. You're going to get back into what part of your purpose is. So it isn't always about making money about your purpose. See, sometimes we say, well, if I can't make money, I'm not going to do it. Well, why not? Why can you not find some time in your day or in your week to do something that makes you feel good? So it is on all levels. Now, some of us do get that feeling and that calling, and we stuff it down. I don't know how many of you have done that, right? And I have done that. For a long time, I felt like I was really supposed to do this work. And I really didn't even understand what that meant. I didn't at the time, but I knew I was supposed to do something, and I really ignored it. And in the last 2 years of my job, Lisa Williams, for any of you who don't know her, she's my mentor, an amazing teacher. And she'd give me a little mama kick in the butt, and sometimes it was a big kick, and but she would say, Colby, you need to let go, you need to surrender. And I was and she's like, it's gonna be okay, like you're gonna be okay. And just having that reassurance really helped. So find friends and family that support you. If you are around people that maybe don't believe in the work you want to do or don't encourage you, then reach out and find some people that do. Connect with friends and a community that is going to support you, because we all need that level of support when we're taking that leap of faith, when we're making that jump, when we're trying to even sort out what we're feeling. Just that person that you can bounce ideas off of or feelings off of, someone that's going to encourage you. I've got my best friend over 30 years. She's been stuck with me 30 years. But in all the days, she's always got that encouraging word, always says, don't quit, don't give up. When you feel like you're struggling, sometimes people say, now let's look at the idea of struggle, because sometimes people say, well, I'm really struggling, I must not meant to do it. It must not meant to be. And that's not necessarily true. It just depends on how that struggle feels. Whenever you start anything new, it's not always easy. So you have to be gentle with yourself. If you're trying to maybe move into something more professionally, if you want to do spiritual work more professionally, it doesn't mean it's easy right off the bat. It doesn't mean, you can easily pay the bills and it's gushing in. And do you feel fulfilled? That's your first step. Does it feel good? Yeah, I'm stressed, but yeah, it feels good. That's okay. It's about building and growing. Now, if you have a negative feeling around the struggle, again, that job that you're really bored at or you're tired of and you really don't want to do it, and you're not supposed to be doing it, but you're only holding on for security, that's when you have to say, how can I start to remove myself from this? How can I put into the universe to do something else? And then it takes some action. It's going to take action in order to make change. It doesn't just happen. People think it just happens, and it doesn't always. Maybe there's an instigator activity or event or something that happens, but that's not the end all to be all. It does take your action. So it is doing that. Oh, thanks for sharing, Claudia. I appreciate that. Thank you. And that is the idea. So if you're afraid, get over it. Just get over it. All right? Again, it's not about whether or not you're afraid. Let's just know you're going to be afraid. Of course you're going to be afraid. I mean, but maybe there's a part of you that's excited, right? And maybe you're starting to envision the possibilities. And when you do, does your heart feel good? Does your soul feel good? That's when you know you're on the right track. That's when you know you're moving in the right direction. And with anything, there's ebbs and flows. With anything, okay? There's going to be ups and downs. That's how it goes. When you're experiencing a down, that doesn't mean it's down and out, okay? It just means I'm down and now I'm going to rise back up. That's all. That's just, I do feel that that's part of life. You know, that's how it works. And, but to know that it's not the end, to know that that struggle that, you know, because if you stay in the struggle, if you stay there, you're really just going to create more and more of it, right? Because you're feeding that energy. So ask yourself, how can I pull myself out of it? How can I rise above this? And, you know, it's not looking to someone else to make it better. It's finding it within you. And then finding support from those around you that will love and care and help. But you can do this. All right, you can do this. And trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and also believe in timing. Some of you can be impatient. I can be impatient. Where is it? Where is it? But sometimes it's timing and learning and growing, and sometimes it's through certain experiences that we have to have. And it is about just doing that. And so whatever you feel your purpose is, you know, follow it. And if you don't know your purpose, but you know that there's something more, then go within. Tap within to say, when I think about this or when I feel this, how does that feel? How does that feel to me? And that's going to give you an idea. What if you love animals? Then maybe you're meant to help animals or children. I've always been a huge admiration for moms, actually, because, you know, I think that they have such a tough job and they're so selfless in what they do. And sometimes they deplete their cup so much because they're giving it away to so many other people. So moms, find something for you. I'll tell you, even if it's just a hot bath for yourself, that's going to fill your cup a bit. But it's owning that you're going to take that time to do that. You're going to listen to that something inside that's going to fill your soul. So whatever that is, okay? This doesn't have to be about you worrying about how am I going to change the world, because you changing yourself to feel more fulfilled is definitely going to have a ripple effect throughout the world. The more each of us can find our own inner happiness and listen to that longing and have the courage to move in that direction, well, we're going to raise vibration all together. All right? And hope that helps. And I enjoyed this morning's coffee. Hope you enjoyed it too. And my goodness, tomorrow's Friday, so we will have done it a whole week straight. So remember, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Pacific time. If you have an idea for a topic, you know, feel free to post it, please. Post it, leave an idea. I'm reading them all, and I love it. And Claudia, thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And you guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later, all right? Bye-bye.